Hello, thank you everyone. And now, I would like to present the award for the most pointless thing ever conceived by the cumulative efforts of mankind. And the award goes to the Streamer Awards. Honestly, I did not see that coming. I thought buying an Xbox in 2024 was gonna be the winner, but somehow this blew it out of the water. Alright, so in case you're not in the loop, 1 month ago there were two big award ceremonies dedicated to content creators, and these were the Streamer Awards and the Vtuber Awards. And honestly, I just don't see the point in either of these. The way I see it, at least, these ceremonies are an embodiment of how fame and money turns people into complete narcissists. Every year, a bunch of these rich neets gather in a massive hall in LA or in a Discord call with their anime avatars and suck each other off while acting like they're providing some high quality entertainment to the people.
Nigga, what's wrong with you? You a grown-ass man.
You know, if there was any real justice in this world, these people wouldn't be sitting at home farming money from a bunch of parasocial retards. They would be working in a lithium mine. So when you combine people with massive egos who only care about maintaining their audience and the desire to emulate Hollywood and their delusions of grandeur, you get a massive cringe fest that just deserves to be talked about. So without any further ado, let's first jump into the Streamer Awards. The Streamer Awards were created by Cutie Cinderella, aka the woman who cried when Atriarch was exposed for watching deepfake porn of her, and she acted as if she was a victim of rape.
Fuck the people DMing me pictures of myself from that website. This is what it looks like. This is what the pain looks like. This is what the pain looks like.
Now, I don't think this needs to be said out loud, but when you take this kind of situation and make it all about yourself, that is a sign that you should stop letting your fame get to your head. Anyways, the Streamer Awards were created to serve as the Twitch equivalent of the Oscars, except with less deserving nominees. One of its qualities that they try to make seem appealing is that the viewers can vote for the winner, which sounds great at first, but it becomes less so when you realize that it basically turns the entire ceremony into a popularity contest where the big streamers can get their audiences to engage in vote brigading by doing things like streaming themselves picking the preferred winners, and because their fans are a massive hive mind, they would pick the exact same nominees. There's no actual evaluation of things like the quality of the streams, so even if someone has the most low quality piece of shit streams ever, they will be able to win just because their follower count is bigger. For example, Hassan won the Best Chatting Streamer Award in 2022, which definitely wasn't because this guy's streams are high quality, because watching this guy is about as entertaining as listening to a lecture done by a professor with dysarthria. The simple truth is that he's simply a massively popular figure who is considered the de facto face of Twitch with a cult-like audience who would literally send homemade bombs to someone if they dared to criticize their internet substitute daddy. In another example, the VTuber Iron Mouse has won the Best VTuber Award consecutively in 2022, 2023, and 2024, which her fans will say is because she's talented and that she has fucking super AIDS or something, I don't know, when the truth is, once again, that she's simply a much bigger name in the streaming community than all the other nominees. So her audience, and the audiences of other streamers who collab with her, are obviously going to mass vote for her and blow all the other competitors out of the water. Speaking of Iron Mouse, by the way, she did a performance of her new song at the most recent award ceremony, and honestly, after watching it, I'm starting to get jealous of people with dementia. Like, those guys are living lives full of joy because they're unable to remember shit like this.
How comforting that people like you never change. You underlings all stumbling to catch our gaze.
Crumbling under the pressure, don't you just love obsession? Your struggle breaks my pleasure. I move you slowly, like this is Castle Springs. You'd be.
I mean, annoying putting childlike voice aside, that is literally a projection on the screen. They didn't even bother to turn that shit into a fucking hologram like what they did with Tupac at the Coachella. No, they literally just put a video on the screen and were like, oh yeah, well, that's a job well done. And also, like, I don't care if this person has tuberculosis or whatever, that is not a natural sounding voice. That clearly sounds like a child, that model looks like a child, and the fact that she's doing all these sexual-esque movements, it is so pedo-coded, it is so Vosh-coded. What are the chances that as soon as that character popped on the screen, everyone just unzipped their pants and started I know Hassan did. I mean, that guy makes fun of October 7th rape victims.
Many young people who were simply attending a music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself.
And he also visited a German brothel, which was busted for sex trafficking. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a pedophile as well. Age of consent in Turkey. Oh, it's 18. Well, I guess that explains why his uncle left. I see little point in award ceremonies in general. They're just a way for rich, out-of-touch retards to show off their prestige and make connections. But the Streamer Awards are even worse because these lazy, big-headed fucks who sit behind their computers all day actually take themselves so seriously to the point they think they deserve to be rewarded for it. Like, imagine someone created an award ceremony for commentary YouTubers. Like, that would be a waste of time and money. Like, do we really need to suck each other's dicks? Like, do we really need to praise each other for making a sloth video about some shitter drama? No, we don't. You know, we actually have some self-awareness. You can also tell this ceremony is a nepotism fest when Hassan Piker still gets a nomination and is allowed to attend the ceremony, albeit unable to stand in front of the poster with all the sponsors. The only list that guy should be on is an FBI watch list for suspected terrorists. The guy literally did an interview with a Houthi terrorist, but I guess as long as you have friends and enough 14-year-old half-brained fans with Palestine flags and they/them in their bio, you can get away with almost anything. Another problem with the Streamer Awards is that even though it presents an opportunity for these streamers to show off their entertainment skills beyond just talking to their chat, they just have too many chromosomes to do so.
Streamer Awards turns 4 this year, which means in only 13 years we'll get a DM from Dr. Disrespect.
If I could take this person's personality and convert it into a physical form, it would manifest as unseasoned chicken. How do you manage to make a Dr. Disrespect joke sound shit? It's literally the easiest thing in the world, making fun of a pedophile. And also, what are the chances that all the people who were cheering and oohing in the crowd had snipers pointed at them? Honestly, if I was in their position, I would rather take the bullet. You also had Grace Van Dien, who was this actress from Stranger Things, who then briefly signed to FaZe, tried to snipe her former employers for no other reason other than to appeal to a crowd of safe, edgy, failed abortions.
I am so excited to be announcing the best FPS player, as I am hard-stuck bronze in every game that I play. That's why I was never accepted into FaZe, right guys? Yeah. That's okay, I'm not a Trumpy anyway.
Wow, that was such an epic own against a company that you tried to worm your way into without having any meaningful clout or talent. By the way, this attitude lasted a day because as soon as she was called out by FaZe Banks and the other members, she deactivated her Twitter account. So I guess she's just a fucking massive crybaby, just like the rest of these retarded Twitch streamers are. Anyways, I think I've ranted enough about the Streamer Awards, so now let's move on to the Vtuber Awards. The Vtuber Awards were created by Filian, aka the reason why some people think that Sharia laws for women are justified.
So I'll just make sure we're already on board with the situation, okay? Because I don't want to be called an ego anymore. That's right, I ladies, yeah, that's right. I ladies, nuts across your face.
Female are barely sentient.
Now, one thing I can commend this ceremony for is being a lot more visually impressive and looking like it had actual effort put into it. Like, you have this massive 3D stage and people in mocap suits, but even I, as someone who is quite sympathetic towards VTubers, am of the opinion that this awards ceremony is just another pointless circle jerk. Just like with the Streamer Awards, the winners and nominees are determined by user votes, which once again turns this into a popularity contest where the most loyal and dedicated fan bases will always vote for the favorite streamer and leave all the other nominees in the dust. It should also be noted that a lot of these streamers' audiences overlap with one another, and a lot of these streamers know one another and have collabed with one another, so once again it feels like another dick-sucking party where a bunch of friends gather together and give each other awards. The only difference is that instead of doing it in person, they're doing it in a Discord call using their anime avatars. Also, some of these award categories are a bit weird. Like, we've got funniest VTuber, most chaotic VTuber. Like, how do you determine who is the funniest and who is the most chaotic? Like, those are pretty vague terms. We've also got most dedicated fan base, which again is a very vague term. Like, how do you determine which fan base is the most dedicated? Is it based on the amount of sexual fan art drawn or the amount of people doxed? Like, how do you quantify that? We've also got Vtuber of the Year, which essentially means the best VTuber who creates softcore porn. Like, honestly, I don't care what you do, you can suck all the virtual dick you want, but don't glorify that shit. Don't present it as if it's something rewarding, because at the end of the day, virtual or not, you are still a slut. So, in conclusion, I think these ceremonies are completely pointless and are a great representation of our societal decline, and I think the streamers who play them up as something big and epic should probably go and get a lobotomy. But anyway guys, that is the end of this very epic and bronchitis-tinged commentary video. Thank you all so much for watching and for all of your support. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, turn notifications on. Please comment because it really helps me out in the algorithm. Also, join my Discord server and follow me on the cesspit known as Twitter. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. And Happy New Year everyone. This last year was quite big for us, and I can't wait to see where we're gonna be in 2025. Bye bye.
These niggas watching, I swear to God, they be my clothes. Switching my hoes like my flows. Switching my flows like my clothes. Keep on shooting that gun, no reload.